Back to the Pioneer Sideline. I'm your host, Josh Frketic, and I'd like to introduce you now to senior center Gerald Warrick. Gerald, thank you for coming in today.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
I'm all right.
Good.
Hanging in there.
One thing I want to do first off, you told me off camera, so we have to tell everybody now. Why are you nicknamed Scoot?
Well, like I said before, I told you already, about 20 minutes into the world, they cleaned me up. The doctor put me in a little crib. And then I got up and I started scooting around the crib. The doctor said, I've never seen a baby scoot like that. And ever since then, they call me Scoot.
So not even a basketball thing.
Not even a basketball thing.
That's a crib thing. Well, it's fantastic that you're here. You've been here for already one semester, but you're just going to be getting underway into basketball now. And, you know, it's really been an adventure for you to get here. You know, start off at Mercyhurst Northeast to Edinboro to Point Park. How did you eventually end up here at Point Park?
Well, my best friend goes here, Jamar Washington. He plays on the team. He told me about he was set out for 2 years. He told me about Coach Rager. He was going to Point Park, and I was leaving Edinboro because I really wasn't getting into the groove up there and kind of messed. I had knee surgery and I got injured, and the coach was kind of didn't really want me back. So Jamar told me about Coach Rager, and I talked to Coach Rager, and it went on from there since the summertime.
Well, two things I want to touch on there. First is the knee. What kind of knee surgery did you have?
I had microfracture arthroscopic surgery.
So how long did that sideline you?
I couldn't play the whole summer. So that's about 3 months.
Okay.
I didn't really get back into the groove until about November. But they told me I wasn't going to be able to play until December. But I came back early on my own. I wanted to play, so I just came back early.
Now, even through the knee surgery, you know, I've seen you in warm-ups and I've seen you in a game against Fairmont State. You can really, you play head above the rim. And that's one thing that assistant coach Gabe Boubon has told me. Have you seen any lingering effects from that knee surgery?
No, not at all. I just go out there. I don't really think about the knee no more. I just go out there and just play how I know how to play.
And the second part I want to touch on was Coach Bob Rager. Anytime I have a men's basketball player on here, I have to talk to him and ask him what it's like to play for Coach Rager. You've been with him now for about 4 or 5 months now. What's that like? What is it like to be one of Coach Rager's players?
It's fun. He's one of the best coaches I had all my years of college. It's fun to play for him. He knows what he's talking about. And all we got to do is just listen to him and we'll go far.
Now, you said you played football for Penn Hills when you were in high school with Coach Neil Gordon. Those two are kind of similar in some ways. Which one do you think that you've learned a little bit more from, Neil Gordon or Coach Rager?
Coach Rager all the way. I really didn't learn much from Coach Neil Gordon because he was kind of crazy. So I really didn't learn much from him.
So you have one game under your belt. It was against Fairmont State. A disappointing loss for the team there, but a very good Fairmont State team. What did you take away personally from that loss that you can really hope to, you know, bring things into against the Racers here and against Malone on Thursday?
Come out with more desire to win. We had to have a lot more desire. Come out there, play hard, a little bit more attitude, and just play hard the whole 40 minutes. We kind of fell back a little bit, didn't play tough like we know how to play tough. Once we play tough and have that desire, we're unstoppable.
You're one of the elders on the team, and especially at the forward and center position, there's a lot of younger players like Dante Anglin, like Devon Alexander. What can you really pull them aside and help them get better at, especially on the offensive end of the floor? I mean, you're a very long player on the defensive end of the floor as far as blocking shots and things like that and rebounding. What can you give them to really improve their game?
Well, I really can help them like run more, something like that. But those two, they're totally different players than what I am. They have their own special moves. Like Devon, he has his moves that I can't do. Dante has moves that I can't do. We all have our own special ways of doing certain things on the court, so it's really hard to really help somebody on the court when they do something that they do is unstoppable.
Do you think that's good to have as a team, is having 3 forwards that has absolutely totally different game plays?
Oh, yes, because that means the other team can't study one player. Because if everybody has the same thing, that means the other team can study us, and they'll be like, oh, they all do the same move. But if you got 3 different guys, it's hard to stop.
I want to ask you about our top story that led off today with Yannick Anzalone. You got to see him play up at Houghton. I mean, what does this mean for Houghton, and what's it mean for Point Park that this team is losing a player like Anzalone's quality?
Well, for Houghton, it's a big loss for them because that was their star player. For us, it's kind of good, but I feel I wanted to play against him because I didn't really get to play against him, so I wanted to really see how good he really was. But it's good for us because now we have more time to work on stuff so we could actually beat them the next time.
So you know, I've told you time and time again that we have a new segment. It's called the Permanente's Top 3 Plays of the Week. Okay, and I know that you've had a goal. I want to see you in there at least once a week, maybe at least like especially number 1 a couple times. Do you think you can give that to me?
I can do it for you.
You can do that for me?
I can do it for you.
All right, Gerald, thank you.